And we are back. Welcome back to the album review video diary thing with entry, was it 19? I believe it's 19. I can't even keep count anymore. But yeah, today we are talking about the, the 1978 album, I believe, or the second album from Talking Heads, more songs about buildings and food. Now, I don't know. I just want to get more into like the Talking Heads discography as a whole, especially some of their earlier stuff, because most of what I know is like their, I guess more of their famous stuff, like Speaking in Tongues and Remain in Light, and what is it? Stop Making Sense, the live album. Yeah, so I just was interested in seeing some of their earlier roots, and considering the work that they did with Eno on this project, I gotta say, I don't know, I don't necessarily know how to describe it. I feel, when, when I was listening to this, it felt like I don't know, it felt like if you were playing Uno while the colors on the cards kept changing. Like, obviously, something is very peculiar and different about this experience, and yet the rules are so obviously ingrained within you. Like, that, like, everything just feels like, it flows to where it's supposed to flow, and yet you're surprised that it does do that. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense with that sort of metaphor, but I don't know. I feel like it's a very foreign experience while managing to somehow be completely, I don't know, completely standardized, completely, I don't know. I just feel these things, I'm like, holy shit, how did these ideas get even formed while at the same time actually going to these points? Like, I don't know. And also the reflective lyrics about love and, I guess, a sense of identity and yeah, things along that line with like stay hungry and the big country. It makes this record a lot harder to like put into a specific field for me, because it it sounds very human, and yet it's, I don't know, it, something feels very off about it. And that's, I'm not saying it's, I'm definitely not saying it's like a bad record. Like, I really love this record, but the thing is, it's just slightly left of center enough to make you just contemplate it in a very different way that you would anything else, honestly. It's, I mean, even with other previous Talking Head albums, I felt like, oh, I could, even with, like, the weird passages and stuff of, like, especially with Remain in Light, I think I understood, like, everywhere that the album was intending to go and do and to. And while I do with this record, I believe as well, there's just some level of, I feel like I'm, you know how like dogs, they can hear like dog whistles in like a completely different tone and sort of sound than we do. I feel like that's what I feel, like a human that's listening to dog whistle music almost. Like, I feel like there's something so strange about it that other people's complete, I don't know. I feel it feels so alien, and yeah, that's what makes it so good. I'm sorry that this review has been very, I guess, scattershot, but that's kind of what this record feels to me as well. Very scattershot, but very centered and focused as well. Yeah, this is such a strange listen, but I just love it. I would definitely recommend you give this a listen. if you haven't already, and leave your thoughts about this record down in the comments below. I'd love to get a discussion going, and if you want to listen to any of the records I'll be doing later this week, they'll be down in the description. Otherwise, like and subscribe. And this has been Part in the Memes, and I'll see you tomorrow.